Hi, it's your girl Charlie. Welcome to Charlie's Voyages. So today I want to continue the part on reconstruction. So the process of the reconstruction surgery was it was scheduled in April, but to get to April, what I was informed to do was to do as many sit-ups as I possibly could in order to get a lot of blood flowing to the abdominal muscles. So that's what I did. Hmm. I also was informed that I needed to go and give blood to myself because it's a possibility that I would bleed out. And so I understood that. What was not discussed with me was the potential harm of infection. Now, let me put a pause in the reconstruction surgery for a moment to help you understand what happens to some people who go through cancer treatments. There's this thing called chemo brain. Now, I don't really particularly I had chemo brain for a while, and then I seemed to be, pulling it together, and then I took radiation, and I have not been the same since. So things leave me quickly. In fact, it's hard for me to even do these videos because I have to really focus a lot to get the words out. And then sometimes the words get caught between my brain and my mouth. So I can see the word, but it just won't come out. That is the most irritating thing. So with that, I forgot to do my research, one, to ask, him about questions, regarding anything to do with my body. But as a doctor, I trusted him, and I thought that if nothing else, he would tell me, what I needed to know. But that did not happen. So back to the reconstruction process. So the other thing I needed to do was take lots of vitamin C because they said that was going to be good for my skin. And I did that. The hard part was when I went back to the doctor for my pre-op, he looked at me and said, "Why haven't you lost weight?" And I was confused. I'm like, and I was like scared to really like say anything, like to upset him. So I didn't. I just said, "Well, I didn't know that you wanted me to lose weight. You told me to do a lot of sit-ups because of the blood. You wanted as much blood flowing in that area." And so he's like, "Oh, that's okay. Never mind." And so I'm like, so I was stuck there for a minute because I was confused. And of course I had my mom, Mother Marshall, with me. That's my godmother. And so she walked me through it. And she was actually very offended by the things that he was saying to me. And I was just like, intimidated because I needed to have this surgery because I was in so much pain. Because remember, I had one large breast and no breast, and I was kind of twisting. So we moved forward with the surgery, and he did say it was going to be a big surgery, but to me, any surgery is big because you go under, and people have knives, and they're cutting on you, and there's all these risks. It's always a risk. So we moved forward with the surgery. I say maybe about 4 or 5 days after the surgery, I kept telling the staff members that I believe I had an infection. So the nurse says, "Well, why do you think that?" I said, "Because at night I have a fever and chills." And she said, "Oh, that's just your body metabolizing." I said, "No, that's not my body metabolizing, because I know when my body metabolizes because I had pre-diabetes, so I know how that feels." Of course, they didn't listen to me, and the infection got worse to the point where I dehinced my breasts, my stomach, and it was not a nice experience. Not to mention the doctor he cut me lopsided. One side of my stomach is shorter than the other side, and then my navel now is very, very low. And, at the point at which I dehisced, I realized at that point that my breast was starting to, it looked like it was about to fall off. I didn't know that it was an organ transplant and that it may not take to my body because none of that was explained to me. So I'm telling you that. And I'm hoping you can ask me any questions you want because I may not be able to get it all in. But I'm telling you that because it is important for those who have not had the surgery to know. Those who know somebody that will have this surgery to know. Tramflap, proceed at your own risk. I would never, if I could go back and do it, I wouldn't have did it. I would have just got the other breast cut off or something, whatever the insurance company would allow. Because insurance companies, what I didn't know is not, this surgery is not cosmetic. It is a necessity based on breast cancer. So I think with that, some of the doctors just don't care. Because I promise you, I'm not happy with my results. I'm going to end, because this is still very sensitive to me, I'm going to end the reconstruction part right there. I was going to try to go into some more details, but I think that that'll be enough for now. And so as I journey on, what I'll talk about is the aftermath of cancer, breast cancer. I can only talk about my journey, but I talk to a lot of people, and a lot of us have the same situations. So I'm going to talk about different situations that we run into on a daily basis where people are looking at us like we're crazy, and we're trying to process, okay, what did you just say to me? And, and just the difficulties that we face now, because it's not something that ends with the cure. This is a marathon, This is a true marathon for us, and we're just still running the race. But anyway, thank you for listening. I hope you got something out of the message today. Peace and love.